Hey YouTube! Yep, so this is the Ashdown amp demo. I started messing about this. I was so tired yesterday. What a difference it made today though, like waking up and going, oh hold on, something's different, something's wrong, what's going on? I hadn't been drinking, so maybe that's a good thing. It wasn't a usual Monday morning. It wasn't waking up and going, oh! Yeah. So the amp cleaned up awful well. So if you remember yesterday when I was messing about with it, there was a horrendous hiss coming through it. The fan is still on, which is permanently on. So my only issue just now really is thinking that it's not that noisy. It's actually less noisy than the 200 watt Marshall it's sitting on, but that's not a fan, it's just hiss. Also, I noticed there's something wrong with the earthing in that, because see, it makes a lot of noise until you stick the pedal board into it, and then the pedal board seems to ground it somehow. So I think there's something earthy going on in that. Yeah, so this was just noisy as hell, just like, and it's like, and the pots were all dead noisy. And the middle pot, so it's like, if you can see it there, it's got a 5-band EQ. That's what the 5 knobs in the middle are. So you've got going from. Did I just go over there and shout? Input volume! That's your 5-band EQ, bass, middle, treble, and then a number in the middle. And then that's your output volume. And then on the bottom you've got switches for bright, deep. That turns on the EQ. The EQ's off just now. There's like an EQ active button. There's a compressor with a switch for it and a chicken head knob, and a octave generator thing, and then this is an effects loop, and it's amazing how much air that fan. I mean, it's quite noisy, but I mean it's blowing a lot of air. It's like literally, if I do have a lighter kicking about somewhere. Oh damn it! I was just gonna go. That's a great idea, but it won't blow out a windproof lighter. It's like, it won't blow out that. But I mean, aye. So yeah, no, I just think the fans either shouldn't be on, or it's maybe over-spec'd, or I don't know. This is a new technology thing for me, this kind of amp. I mean, looking at the guitar amps, I mean, okay, that is a newish amp, but it's the designs, you know, it's old school. It's been intentionally made old school, same as like the wee Laney and the Sovtech and all that are all olds, are variations on older designs, whereas this is like, oh, new technology, here we go. So it's like that. This thing's 180 watts. Said something about 300 watt max in the back. I don't know what that means. 180 watts. It's got 2 speaker cabinet outputs on it. The speaker's blue. Well, the way the cameras are set up, you can't really see it. I've put it on the screen there. It's Rock Till You Space Dock written on it in some sort of paint. I didn't realise it actually had a blue speaker, because I looked them up online. It's like, oh, those ones have got blue speakers. But got a blue speaker. Maybe you can't see it just now, but it's there. So I took the grill off, painted it silver, looked really shit. Decided to polish it with the angle grinder and a then we made it appear really shiny, put it on, still looked like shit. Painted it black with Pound Shop spray paint, put it on, looks great, and you can see that the speaker's blue behind it. Yeah, the VU meter works as well. It's kind of pointless, but I mean, it's there. Yeah, so here we go. I'm just nonchalantly playing a 19. Oh god, it's disgusting, I can't even remember. Does it say it's a 79? A 1979 Washburn Vulture. So this is the one with the more extreme neck dive. There is a later on Vulture. There's sod all Vultures kicking about anyway. It took me years to find this one. A lot of them, the neck comes into here, the later on ones. And I'm assuming that is because to stop it being quite so neck heavy. There you go, so it's through neck and all that. That was the colour it had been painted. That's a wooden truss rod cover, which I will sand at some point to bring it back so it'll match the rest of the body, but obviously you can see I've got that's the Falcon. So it's sort of like the guitar version, really. Technically this is a Hawk, because it's a 3-piece neck through. But aside from the fan, it's completely silent. So just cleaning the pots. Also, the middle knob was broken off, and it said B50 on it. And I thought, I've got a few broken amps kicking about, and I found another pot from one of them that just said B50 on it. I thought, that's got to be the same thing. The only difference being, it was kind of mounted in these mad legs. So I just soldered onto these mad legs and manufactured a thing. The pot's still bolted to the front of the chassis. It's fine, but it's got a centre indent. So my mid one is the only one that's actually got a centre indent at mid, and it seems to work perfectly. So that knob was missing, and because the pot had snapped, and one of the other knobs, the wee grub screw, was missing. So I was basically 2 knobs short. So that's why the bottom 2 knobs have got chicken heads on them. They were the chicken heads that were on that Judge Death bass, actually, which I've not got to. I'll get to that next. So that when I was playing yesterday, I did a wee 10-minute thing playing the Judge Death bass, which had been wired up wrong. It's got the wrong pots into that amp that was noisy as fuck. So I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to do the same thing with that bass by putting proper pots in it and wiring it the right way around. It's going to sound. It's going to be as much of an improvement as the amp was. Because I mean, that's just one of those ones. It's a 12-inch, a single 12-inch speaker is a bit of a weird one. But I was talking about this with my pal the other day, but an amp I really fancied was the Glenn Hughes Orange bass amp, but it's like 80 watts. It's like that's totally a house amp. You know, you can't. Technically, I know you've got it's only a monitor for you when on stage and stuff, but you need more than 80 watts. I think the one I had before, the Marshall, was kind of borderline as low as you go at 150. With a 15-inch speaker, was kind of, you get away with that. Yeah, you might have to have it up kind of as loud as it goes, but you should be all right, even doing the Sabbathy stuff, because you're not after the thing about Sabbath being loud. You're not really after clean and loud, so it kind of does loud, but it's not. It doesn't do it clean. But now it's got a 200 watt, which I think just puts it just up into that. So you could be sitting, with the dials, it's like 7 or 8, and you've still got you're not just basically running at full tilt. So this is 180 watts. I think it's definitely loud enough for most gigs. Especially if you've got a DI box in front of it, you can take a DI from it. Especially if you're coming through the thing, it's definitely good enough for that. It's kind of odd having a 12-inch speaker. Normally they're 10s or a 1 with 15 or 2 10s. Kill the tone. This is quite an interesting bass. I was watching the Scorpions earlier on. I reckon I'm going to be able to play that. So there you go, it's basically that sorted. Yep. So all the EQ, not got it on. Sub button, not in. The volume's kind of at half and the input's at half, so there you go. It's just like, yep, that's just how that'd be all I did, really. I mean, you just a P, just slap a P bass on. This is kind of different because it is a P bass, but it's also obviously not. There are properties that are different. Scale length's the same. The strings are pretty shit, unfortunately. It sits differently though, so you hold it differently. It's heavy. I'm gonna put the tone back up again. Let's go see what some of the buttons do. Oh, bright. Watching that VU meter. And it bright then turn off the little tone, yeah. Bright off. and then probably overload the speakers by pressing the bassy one, D. It's got a lot of power. It's amazing how much presence it has. I don't mean that as in the dial presence, it's just so there, and sounds like a proper bass rig. I can feel it's putting it through the floor and all that, the same way as the Marshall is as well. It's like it puts it through the floor. I'm still not touched it. The valve state, I don't think that amp ever worked properly. That one I was using before, the one that's now, you know, I threw the head away and put that 200 watt in it, that 150 watt mark. I've still got the valve. I wonder if we could use the valve for making a pedal, because it probably is a proper kind of valve. Sorry. Yeah. I suppose EQ, we don't really need to mess about with that just now. Compressor. But the compressor seems to be quite good. I'm quite pleased with putting those chicken head knobs on. I don't really like chicken head knobs, but sometimes they're the right thing. And for the compressor and the other thing, it's a good thing. So, compressor at half. On. See, the compressor seems to be is it just because it's much newer? Or something like that, the one that maybe the compressor just seems to work exactly the way I think it should work. It's like, you know, here's me playing as quietly as I can. And thumping it. Then turn off the compressor. Here's me playing it as quiet as I can. And thumping it. See, that's where I wouldn't want it. Like thinking Children of the Grave, one of my favourite ones to play. It's kind of like that. Whereas if I put the compressor on, I'm already playing loud. I get stuck with it. The fact that's why there was a compressor on when we played Dreadnought Rock, and I really struggled with it because it was like pure. But I'm only touching the strings to try to do the quiet bit. No compressor. Yeah, so that's what a compressor does, which can be very good for leveling out bits if you're trying to play something particularly. I don't know why I'm going straight to money, because all bass people learn at bass try to do that. But see, the thing is, because I'm really good in the bass, I can play it without, even though I don't know the notes. But I play all the strings at the same volume. Whereas if you were a wee bit kind of not so good on the one of the, I don't know, what would the hard bit be? It's hard to play it intentionally wrong. Right, so what was the other thing? The multifunction water. Subharmonics. So compressor off, sub in. Well, that's the on, so I don't think it's that. You have to turn the dial up to make it do something. I can't if I go this way. I'm trying to think. I wish I could turn the dial up while I'm playing the bass, but this is quite a neck heavy one, so it's going to involve some anchoring with right wrist, making sure the straps are on, and then adjusting with left hand. anything. Oh, you can hear the sub octave. Is that working? You maybe hear it more when you get this tone off. Shuts it off. That one, you put the compressor up to absolutely full. That makes everything dead loud. It makes all the things the same sort of noise, so maybe, I don't know. I think that's probably just the most I've ever really understood how compression works before. It seems to work an awful easier on that. Maybe it's just because it's like one of those things that just having the one knob and a switch to turn it on, I could maybe deal with that one. Whereas like the compressors normally you've got thresholds and limiters and all that, and you're like, fucking. Whereas that you can really hear what it's doing because all you've got is one dial. I think it's a really good bass amp. In terms of what to do with it, I don't know. I'm going to have a wee look at the fan. I wonder if I could oil the fan or something. Maybe just buy another fan. It looks like a pretty much generic. It's pure oversized. I can't believe how much air blows through the front of it. Like when you go up to touch the knobs, it's like see where the auxiliary, it's a tuner output and effects in and out. They're obviously sockets. The air fucking blows through them because there's a fan in the back sucking the air into the back of the unit and it escapes through like the volume controls, or not through the volume controls, through the jack sockets. Also at the start there's active and passive switch. I've got that stupid L-shaped thing in so you can't see the active input, I'm just using the passive. But modern technology, I assume this being 180 watts is maybe that a similar sort of technology to those, the wee sort of, is it the ELF and stuff like that? Is it Class D or something they're called? Is that what this is? I'm not sure. But assuming that fan, I don't want to turn the fan off because it might be doing it for a reason. Maybe I'd rather have a fan than a fire. It's like I'm a bit picky about some things. One of the kind of, it's like having a car that's like the brakes work on it so that it stops is an important thing, and having an amp that's not on fire is also one of those. But people all have our little quirks. It's like, having an amp not on fire. Same with the car, to be honest, as well. When you think about it, I don't really want I can't be having a fire on no. But EQ looks good. I'll show you my new mid button, which is definitely working. See, it's just made it soldered down with its mid indent. EQ. Suck away that mid with. Mid it. But maybe my ears are getting more accustomed to something, but I've started noticing it, and I noticed it more on, maybe it's because the EQ was crap. No, maybe it's because I did graphic equalizers. Using the knobs on the 200 watt Marshall, really thinking that they really seem to be doing something. They're very powerful. It's like, there's not a case like I'll just set them. It's like, no, if I turn that up, you go, that's too basic. It's like they've got a lot of range in them. This one seems to be the same, and that was me only turning that one of the 5 EQ dials from 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock. not going full in either direction, and it went too far in both directions. So that's good. Maybe I should learn how to use. Don't tend to use my tone control too much. A bit more bass. And deep. I suppose you should probably put the after you got all the buttons on then. Apart from bright. All buttons including bright. I hope that's not overloading. It sounded pure thumping. It's pure artificial bass. It's kind of, you get that a little bit. Plus, it's the octave pedal effect, whatever that is what that is. That subharmonic. It's like an octave pedal, basically a very basic one. But it does give a sort of, it's a real fat slab of. Obviously, yes, I am going to get the 8-string bass out at some point. It's like a John Entwistle solo song sound. I can't remember how you play that already. Whoa, so it's maybe a little bit too much of that. I don't like the compressor either, to be honest. I like having control. Oh, I'll try my studio setting on the EQ actually. So because I'm in the Sabbath band, to turn off that, turn on the EQ, turn off that. Yep, so there is flat with the EQ not in. Sabbath EQ. That's just 66666. So you don't leave them at 12. Then people don't know what you're doing. So I put it to 66666, and then you can. Yeah, so loving the wee Ashdown amp. It's great. That fan's going to have to be have a wee talking to. Can I just put 3-in-1 oil in it? The actual amp, I can't believe how noisy the amp was. I couldn't even hear the fan when I was playing with it yesterday because it was just so hiss and distorted. It must have just been either I cleaned something when I took it to bits and there was a connection that wasn't done properly, or just cleaning all the pots. It was just the pots that were just letting all that crap through, or maybe it was that mid pot was shorting something out or something. That was why it was so noisy. But it wasn't as nearly as minging as it looked either. I think it had been abandoned, but not that long ago. You know, it had been abandoned last year, sort of thing, and it had been sitting in a barn or something for 6 months or a year, rather than it being 10 years in a garage. You know, it's like you look at it and go, oh, it's like, but it was actually kind of just surface shite. Kind of Hoover actually took away most of the ming. I'm not, you know, I don't have to have the compulsion to wash my hands as soon as I touch it anymore. Rock on! And yeah, so another bass video, but there you go. So you did get to look at the beautiful Washburn vulture, which are very difficult to get. Very difficult to get. Rock on.